Go to your villages, go to your communities, and teach them. Kuzere na say election again, melebem party. Kuzere na say na bayo unu latara na ihe unu hụrụ. Either not do no one or not the no one. Kuzere na say all not give man the better is one. So these are things we expect from you more than material things. But no, whatever material things later, ayaga aspano. So Biko, I beg you all, I thank you. Olu comprises of 12 local governments. There are states in this country that Olu is even bigger than. So Olu is not just any other zone. It's not any other senatorial district. Although is a peculiar senatorial district with lots and lots of needs, with lots and lots of aspirations. We have many things we aspire to. I remember when I came to, I don't know, I've forgotten the convention where I started selling the idea of Java State to you. And I've been very much encouraged over the years by your response. And you have supported it. You have done everything possible to show us that that aspiration is the true aspiration, is the right aspiration. You are welcome. It's an aspiration that you have identified with. So Biko, Kawakwaran and Dibai, Mpaodi na that state. We are not getting that state for the benefit of politicians. No. We're getting that state for the benefit of all of us, for the benefit of our children, for the benefit of even our children's children. It is something that will outlive all of us. So Biko, Kawara and Dibai body, let us not play politics with our state creation. And my day, we every time. I can belong to any political persuasion, you can belong to another one. I have no problem with you if you believe in Java State movement. We come together, we discuss in Java State. I grew a politics sign. So Java State agitation goes beyond political affiliation. No matter what your belief is, it doesn't matter. Another area I want you to focus your mind to. I'm sure some of us here are from the Delta North and South and Wangele. These three local governments, there have been efforts to annex them to Okigwe zone. That effort was started some few years back, and we fought it. And we have been fighting it, but we are still fighting it. But I can tell you one thing. The National Assembly to carry out that exercise is still before the National Assembly. So it's not as if it is dead. That is not dead. That is something we must put our feet down and still continue to fight. Because at the time, we can't at the same time be talking about an Java state comprising of 12 local governments from Imo State and 1 or 2 other local governments from Anambra State. We can't be talking of that at the same time, and somebody is coming to deplete us with 3 local governments and to an area where they have no affiliation to. I must here praise the effort of His Grace Archbishop Bennett Okoro, the Archbishop of Owerri Anglican Archdiocese, and the Bishop of Olo. I'm sure many of you know him. There was nothing he didn't write at the time to the chairman of INEC, to everybody, saying that Wangele cannot go to Okigwe because even that Wangele is the custodian of the Soukland culture. So I'm sure many of you here from that area also know what he has been fighting. And he has fought so hard. While there are still some of our brothers who believe that they will gain personally if these 3 local governments go over there. Those are very, very naive dispositions to life. As a person, that is not as important as completely. I think to all of us, what should be more important is again as a people, as a group. We have no quarrel with Imo State. In my speech, when we met the governor in 2007 on the creation of Njaba State, I made it clear we are not quarreling with anybody. We are not marginalized. We are not fighting for marginalization, against marginalization. That's not why we want a state. We are 12 states, 12 local governments out of 27. We consider about 40% of Imo State. Nearly 40% of Imo State. And I can assure you that if the Olu man says I will not be marginalized in Imo, nobody can marginalize us in Imo. So we are not fighting against marginalization. We are not fighting against hatred, that we are being, that we are hated or something like that. These are not the aims of our wanting a state. We want a state to ensure improvement in our economic well-being. Both we who are going out of Imo State and our brothers remaining in Imo State. So it is important we understand it. We have our own states. The new Njaba State will be able to share in the federation account. And what the new Njaba State will get and what the old Imo State will get will collectively be by far more than what the present Imo State is getting. So it is economic. So it's not that we are fighting anybody. Secondly, even politically, there is a requirement in the Constitution that each state of this country, each state in the country will produce a minister. So that means the present Imo State will produce a minister. Njaba State can produce a minister. These are the issues. The present Imo State will still be 3 senatorial districts. And in Njaba State, we have 3 senatorial districts. It doesn't really matter how big or large you are as a state. We produce 3 senatorial districts. Proud of you. We are very happy you came home. We continue to identify with you. Please continue to identify with us. Thank you very much.
You have to identify.
Yeah, thank you, OGB. Thank you. Thank you. Move to the next item on our agenda, or a very important one. My president has directed me to open up the next.
I would want the president of the Njaba State Creation Movement to brief you how far we have gone in this project. I think that is most important. Okay. The town hall meeting can now follow, but you need to be updated as to how far we've gone with the Njaba State Creation Movement. Thank you very much.
Find out from him behind the Njaba State Creation Movement. Soon after coming back from New York, where I presented the case for Njaba State creation, the Senate has commissioned a consultancy firm to go through all the proposals. And the consultancy firm has recommended 12 state movements for deliberation by the National Assembly. Njaba State is one of the 12. This morning, I'm still in touch with a group of, or a delegation we sent from National Association of State Creation Movements to the Senate President in his hometown. They had contacted me that the Senate President is so excited about the group and plans that when they resume come February next year, that they will start a debate on the creation of states. He himself is looking for an upper state. So we are having no contradictions. Please, I was contacted a few days ago that the senator representing our zone had asked that he be given the bus because I signed a document with Orashi State Movement. I wish to state categorically now that Professor Moka is the chairman of the contact committee with the Orashi State Movement. He has not given me any documents to sign. And please, again, this is time for politics. It's not all you hear from them that you will take, except one person, the new senator for Orlu Zone, because he's more positive and focused. And he's a true son of Orlu, so very soon in May he'll be sworn in. So that is it. So don't mind about those political gymnastics, I'll call them. It's not for your consumption. But be rest assured, on 27th of January, the National Association of State Creation Movements will be having a national conference at the International Conference Center. At the meeting of Njaba State Creation Movement at Country Club Umkwe, we are mandated to pay the mandatory 1 million naira, which we have paid in. This morning again, the chairman of the organizing committee has sent into my email the allocation of funds, because I'm in charge of venue and I am also in the technical committee. The allocation of funds for me to confirm before they start disbursing, of which I should go and pay for the International Conference Center. That conference is to sensitize the whole Nigeria about the creation of states. And also the National Assembly members. They are supposed to have money and direct experts to advise them on the various issues in government. Those ones go into their pocket. But we would be conducting this conference to give arguments for and against. The chairman will be General Gowon. The session chairman will be Joseph Wires. And you can see that it is a very powerful conference. If we come out from it, be sure, before the life of this assembly, we might, as promised by David Mark, that before May 2011, these 12 states would have been created. We thank His Excellency for squeezing his time out. It's like squeezing water from stone to be here now, in spite of all the problems. And we assure him that Ora, working with us, that we will do everything to make sure possible to get Njaba State. Please, it is not about politics of personalities, as he has told you. It's politics of issues that we are about. Thank you very much.
Before I may introduce Secretary General of Idato North and South of Chiefs. Everybody can one of Deacon Afai, His Royal Highness as a Festus Udu Emena. Because at this point, I got my side, I got hand over the keys to the
Uganda handed this key over to the chairman of Njaba State Creation Movement, Professor Francis Uki. Key I need Kunu Rena Gija on a government, when they run a state I get with there. Because the Baki are running another guy in Egypt. Mota, what they are Egypt. Motor state, I am an ambassador, all our William. Because the buy, and I need you, well, the Baki motor.
Excuse.
Le quoi qui est moteur?